confused with mine or the other guys.
Please stand for the presentation of the colors. Color guard, advance the colors. Join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Scouts, salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Audience, please be seated. Scout tells the truth. They keep their promises. Honesty is part of their code of conduct. People can depend on them. Scout is true to their family, Scout leaders, friends, school, and nation. Scout is concerned about other people. They do things willingly for others, without pay or reward. Scout is a friend to all. They are a brother or sister to other Scouts. They seek to understand others. They respect those with ideas and customs other than their own. Scout is polite to everyone, regardless of age or position. They know good manners make it easier for people to get along together. Scout understands that there is strength in being gentle. They treat others as they want to be treated. They do not hurt or kill harmless things without reason. follows the rules of their family, school, and troop. They obey the laws of their community and country. If they think these rules and laws are unfair, they try to have them changed in an orderly manner rather than disobey them. Scout looks for the bright side of things. They cheerfully perform tasks that come their way. They try to make others happy. Scout works to pay their way to help others, and they save for unforeseen needs. They protect and conserve natural resources. They carefully use time and property. Scout can face danger, even if they have the courage to stand for what they think is right, even if others laugh at them or threaten them. Scout keeps their body and mind fit and clean. They go around with those who believe in living by these same ideals. They help keep their home and community clean. Scout is reverent toward God. They are faithful in their religious duties, and they respect the beliefs of others. Please be seated. I would like to welcome you to the Troop 50 Eagle Scout Court of Honor. It is my pleasure to introduce Scoutmaster and Eagle Scout Ryan Burse, who is Master of Ceremonies for this Court of Honor.
Good evening and welcome. At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce our troop chaplain, Pastor John Partridge, who will lead us in our invocation.
Let us pray. Oh God, we thank you for the opportunity to come together as family, friends, leaders, and fellow scouts on this significant day in the life of Josh. Today is a celebration of a journey full of challenges, friendships, struggles, and occasionally a little fun. Today we think of all the merit badges earned along the way, the oaths committed, the character of this young man developed, and the service to our community he worked so hard to bring about. Little by little, month by month, year by year, he was faithful, and we celebrate his faith, his commitment, and his hard work. And so we ask for your blessing on Josh, on his family who supported and encouraged him, on his fellow scouts who helped them along the way. Bless the scout leaders, Troop 50, and all those who are here, physically or in spirit. Continue to walk with Josh as he takes these steps in becoming the scout and the person you created him to be. Amen.
Eagle Scout Joshua Hornyak, please come forward. This is the voice of the Eagle. the eagle whose heights you have struggled hard to reach. We remember well when you first came to the base of the cliff and how you looked up with ambition and determination. Look back for a moment. Look down the cliff you have climbed. Look at the experiences you have encountered in your ascent. These experiences should not be forgotten. You should profit by making sure adverse experiences do not occur again. Experience is a valuable teacher if you heed its teachings. We remember when you took your first step upon the trail that leads upward. With that first step, you began to grow physically, mentally, and morally. You started living the Scout oath and law. All the while you were on the trail, we watched you study, and we saw you learn by doing. Upon joining, you were only a scout. At that time, you began working hard on your requirements to reach the tenderfoot rank, the first ledge on the trail of the eagle. Before long, your fellow scouts were calling you a tenderfoot, and they were right. You were indeed a tenderfoot scout. Soon you reached the second ledge, and there you were greeted by a large group of second-class scouts. Some, like you, stopped to catch their breath before continuing along the trail. You began to study more, you worked harder, and almost before you knew it, you came to another ledge, the ledge where the first-class scouts dwell. There you found a tempting green meadow by a crystal-clear stream bathed in the sun. There you were tempted to remain. Yes, you could have remained there to live the first-class scout glory, but your ambition spurred you on. We remember your advancement to Star Scout. The trail from first class to star rank was not as difficult as it had seemed. This spurred you on, and again you climbed higher. The trail was steeper and less worn. Fewer scouts seemed to be headed in your direction. You looked down and saw the crowds below you. You looked up and saw a few above you, and with the same determination with which you started your climb, you continued up the trail. Soon, you earned the badge of life rank. The heart badge was then placed on your uniform. You will never forget your thoughts at that moment. This feeling has been experienced by all scouts on reaching the ledge of Life Scout. The trail became tougher, but more interesting. The original principles, the Scout Oath and Law, now had a fuller meaning. Your understanding of them was deeper. Yes, we have watched your character unfold and become more positive. We have watched your leadership expand into a valuable asset. We have watched your mind develop and your wisdom increase. We have watched all these things in you, and now that you are at the threshold of your goal, we welcome you.
Presentation of the Eagle Scout Badge is an important and serious event, the climax and the goal for which a scout works many years, an occasion for pride and joy, a time for serious contemplation. It is the culmination of efforts of the various leaders of this scout. At this time, would any and all of the leaders who played a role in Joshua's journey in scouting please rise to be recognized? Thank you for your dedication to scouting and to the success of all scouts. Give them a round of applause. The Eagle Scout Award is the highest and most coveted rank in scouting, the last major step in the advancement program. Fewer than 5% of all scouts in the United States reach the Eagle rank. At this point, we trust you have achieved our purpose in the building of character, training of leadership, and the practice of serving. The requirements for the Eagle Scout rank are as follows. Be active in your troop and patrol for at least 6 months as a life scout. Demonstrate Scout spirit by living the Scout oath and law in your everyday life. Earn 21 merit badges, including the 14 that are required. First aid, citizenship in the community, citizenship in the nation, citizenship in society, citizenship in the world, communication, cooking, personal fitness, emergency preparedness or life-saving, environmental science or sustainability, personal management, swimming or hiking or cycling, camping, and family life. Serve actively in an approved position of responsibility for a period of 6 months after becoming a Life Scout. Plan, develop, and lead others in carrying out a service project worthy of an Eagle Scout. Take part in a Scoutmaster Conference. Appear before a board of review of prominent persons and satisfy them that you have done your best to understand and live up to the Scout Oath and Law, and in all ways qualify for the Eagle Scout Award. Is there anyone here who would seek to challenge the validity of the completion of these requirements?
Examination has been made by the court as to the qualifications of this applicant for the Eagle Scout Award. Proficiency in various crafts and skills prescribed for the Eagle Scout rank has been checked, and the records of merit badges earned by the Scout have been approved and certified by the counselors appointed by the court. Eagle Scout candidate affairs and in other fields of work and service, with demonstrated loyalty and duty to God and country. We believe that he is qualified to receive the rank of Eagle Scout.
This is the voice of the Eagle. I speak for the Eagle Scouts of this council. We challenge this Scout to accept the responsibilities as well as the honor of the Eagle Scout Award. These responsibilities are as follows. An Eagle Scout is to live with honor. Their honor is sacred. It is the foundation of all character. An Eagle Scout will live so that they reflect credit upon their home, place of worship, school, friends, and self. May the white of your badge remind you to live with honor. An Eagle Scout is to be loyal. To thine own self be true, and it must follow, as the night, the day, thou canst not then be false to any person. Neither pain nor profit, pride nor personal loss shall sway their loyalty. The blue on your badge is the emblem of loyalty. An Eagle Scout is to be courageous. Courage gives all character, force, and strength. With trust in God and faith in their fellow man, they face each day unafraid and seek their share of the world's work to do. Let the red of your badge remind you of courage. Finally, an Eagle Scout is service-oriented. Extend a helping hand to those who toil along the scouting trail you have just completed, just as others have aided you. The daily good turn must take on a new meaning and better the life of pattern of service. Protect and defend the weak and helpless. Comfort the unfortunate and oppressed. Uphold the rights of others as well as your own. Remember, real leadership is founded upon real service.
In recognition of these obligations, I ask you to reaffirm the Scout Oath. Eagle Scout candidate, please escort your parents and siblings to the front. Joshua, we now proclaim to all the world your accomplishments. The symbol of your success is the Eagle Scout emblem and neckerchief, which will now be presented by your parents. They will in turn place the pin over your heart and the neckerchief around your neck. Afterward, they will say a few words about your journey to Eagle. Before the Eagle pin is presented, it is worth mentioning that Josh has a significant family involvement in scouting. On his dad's side of the family, Josh's grandfather, James Hornyak Sr., and his great-uncle David Hornyak, who both served in the United States Army, and his great-uncle Andrew, who served in the United States Navy, were all Boy Scouts in the late 50s, with many a story told about camping and fishing and other adventures. Josh's dad, retired United States Air Force Master Sergeant James Hornyak Jr., was involved in scouting in the late 1970s. On his mom's side, Josh joins an over 80-year tie to Eagle Scouts. Grandfather, John Wines, was an assistant scoutmaster. Great-uncle Thomas Emery, World War II paratrooper, Eagle Scout, 1941. Second cousin, retired United States Air Force Colonel Mark Rowland, Eagle Scout, 1971. Uncle, retired United States Army Captain John Wines, Eagle Scout, 1981. Cousin, United States Air Force Captain Matthew Rowland, Eagle Scout, 2002. Cousin, United States Marine Corps Corporal Isaiah Steyer, Eagle Scout, 2019. And cousin, Jason Burkhart, Eagle Scout, 2022. Also of interesting note, Josh received his middle name, Neil, after astronaut and first man on the moon, Neil Armstrong, who earned his Eagle Scout in 1947 from Ohio's Troop 14. With this history in mind, the Eagle pin presented to Joshua is the very same pin presented to Thomas Emery in 1942, to Mark Rowland in 1971, and it is the same pin presented by Mark to his son, Matthew Rowland, in 2002.
Thank you for allowing me a moment to speak at this point of the program. Before the presentation of the pin, after that family lineage that Josh shares with everyone in his family, this pin that he's going to receive is the same pin that was presented to Thomas Emery in 1942. His uncle, second cousin, Mark Rowland, that was just mentioned, sent him this letter, and I thought it was worthy to be read before his uncle presents him with the pin. 22 April 2023. Joshua, when I earned my Eagle Scout Award in 1971, my uncle, Thomas Parker Emery, presented me with his Eagle Scout badge with the promise that we would begin a tradition to keep that badge in the family and pass it from one Eagle Scout to the next. Thomas Emery earned his Eagle Scout Award in 1941 in Mineral City, Ohio. It was presented to him in 1942 in front of members of the 101st Airborne Division at Camp Tacoka at Currahee, Georgia in 1942. Uncle Tom went on to serve as an Army Pathfinder paratrooper in the Pacific Theater in World War II. He was wounded during the invasion of the Philippines. He came home and became an artist of some renown and served as scoutmaster in Poway, California, and numerous other council positions for many years. Tom was named a Distinguished Eagle Scout in 2010. I, his cousin Mark Rowland, earned my Eagle Scout Award in Mentor, Ohio. I remained a scout and scout leader from that time until 2019. I served in many roles as an assistant scoutmaster, committee chairman, and at the district and council. I had the honor of attending your parents' wedding and alongside your grandmother gave your mother away. I served in the United States Air Force and retired as a colonel after 30 years of service. Your Uncle John was next, earning his Eagle in Canton, Ohio. John served in the U.S. Army and returned home to pursue a career as a registered nurse. I was unable to attend his court of honor as I was serving overseas at the time. Next to achieve Eagle was my son, Matthew Rowland, in 2002 in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Uncle Tom, your Uncle John, and I were there and were able to witness his achievement, and Uncle Tom presented his Eagle badge to Matthew. Matthew went on to graduate from the United States Air Force Academy. In 2015, Captain Matthew Rowland was killed in action in Afghanistan and was awarded the Silver Star Medal for valor for his actions in saving the lives of those he was with. Joshua, you are continuing a long tradition of achievement and service in our family. We are all proud of you and your accomplishment. I know you worked hard to get to this point in your life, and I congratulate you. It's a badge of honor for me to ask your Uncle John to present you with our Uncle Tom's Eagle badge. Wear it with pride. I also charge you to pass this badge to the next member of our family who achieves the rank of Eagle Scout, your cousin and fellow Eagle Scout, Mark K. Rowland. John, if you would come forward.
Josh, in recognition of the wisdom and guidance given to you by your father, please present to him his Eagle Father's pin, which he will be proud to wear in your honor. Now, in recognition of the many hours of patient guidance given by her in your efforts, will you pin the Eagle Mother's pin over your mother's heart? Josh, please escort your family back to their seats, then return to the front. Eagle Scout candidate, you are now about to join the ranks of Eagle Scouts. Before doing so, however, we ask you to recommit yourself to Scouting's essential principles. At this time, would all of the Eagle Scouts in the audience please stand and form a line near the lectern. I would like to introduce Joshua's uncle, retired United States Army Captain John Wines, who will give the Eagle charge.
A bit closer. I have some things. It was just mentioned that our great uncle, my uncle, my father's father, artist, Thomas Emery, who was the founder of Scouting? Robert Baden-Powell. The Lord, Robert Baden-Powell. So to be Lord or knighted, you have to do something good. You have to create something quite historic. And that's exactly what Lord Baden-Powell did. And then Scouting, still celebrated. Lord Baden-Powell died in 1941. The same year that our Uncle Tom received his Eagle Scout that started the 80-year lineage of the Eagle Scout. When I was in Boy Scouts, Uncle Tom was still alive. He presented my dad and myself, my father, who was still also involved in scouting, with Hector class of the Lord Baden-Powell for the years. With that. also. My father was very active with me in my Boy Scouting career. Scoutmaster, went to summer camp, participated in all the activities at Camp Tuscazor. We were able to climb those hills together. And individually, we also went through the pipestone process. Klondike of 1977. Willpower was under the stars or tent. I can start a fire with a spark. Fire. Because as a boy, outside the home, the first stage in life where you start to learn character about life. This in. I outgrew this thing. Just as I outgrew this uniform, also. Now, Josh, I have the honor of giving you the Eagle Scout charge on the occasion of your elevation to the highest rank in scouting. The Scouts constitute one of the most wholesome and significant movements in the world of history. You have been judged by your Boy Scouts of America of being worthy of the highest rank in this great movement. All who know you rejoice in your achievement. Your position, as you know, is one of honor and responsibility. You will be marked from now on as an Eagle Scout. You have assumed the solemn obligation to your duty to God, to your country, to your fellow Scouts, and to mankind in general. This is a great undertaking. As you live up to your obligations, you bring honor to yourself and to your fellow Scouts. America has great things to give you and to all her citizens. But these good things depend on, for the most part, on the quality of those citizens. Our country has had a great past. You can even make the future greater. I will therefore charge you, Joshua, Neil, to undertake your citizenship with solemn dedication. Be a leader, but lead only toward the best. Lift up every task you do and every office you hold to the highest level of service to God and to your fellow man. That's available for scouts. It's called the God and Country. And that last sentence that I read, we still have a devotion to God, and that's who we turn to when we're in trouble. So live and serve, that those who know you will be inspired to finer living. We have too many who use your strength and their smarts to exploit others and to gain selfish ends. But I will charge you to be among those who dedicate their skills and ability to the common good. Build America on a solid foundation of clean living, honest work, unselfish citizenship, and reverence of God and whatever others may do. You will leave behind a record of which every scout may be justly proud. All Eagle Scouts in attendance, please join Josh as he dedicates himself to being an Eagle Scout. And as you rededicate yourself by repeating the Eagle Scout pledge, I, your name, John Wines, believe in the Boy Scouts of America as a movement which has as its aim and purpose character building and citizenship training. I believe it to be a movement that helps a scout become master of their own powers. Help them get along with others. Help them find a worthy use for their powers. I therefore believe that it is my duty to do my best to obey the Scout Oath and the Scout Law. I hereby renew my faith in Scouting and promise to do what I can in service to other Scouts who have not come thus far along the Eagle Trail. Thank you, Eagle Scouts. You may be seated. But Josh, please remain. All that said, I have a coin that I found in my coat box. I will do my best. Down in there, and every person in America, just sit up in the morning. Idea of doing your. Josh, your conduct along the trail has been excellent. You have dedicated yourself to the principles of scouting. But one more thing is important: your future. As an Eagle Scout, you became a guide to other scouts of lower rank. You become an example in your community. Remember that your actions are now a little bit more conspicuous, and people will expect a little bit more out of you. To falter in your responsibility will not only reflect upon you, but on your fellow Eagles and all of Scouting. The torch you carry is not only yours, but is also ours together. I challenge you to enter the Eagle family, holding ever before you, without reservation, the ideals of honor and service. By repeating the Eagle Scout charge before your fellow members, you will become an Eagle Scout. Though the words you use are similar to those when you join Scouting, they will mean so much more to you than any other time in the past. When you pledge yourself, you will be sealing your eternal loyalty to the code of the Eagle Scout with the words which close the Declaration of Independence: on your sacred honor. Will everyone please stand? Joshua Hornyak, please make the Scout sign and repeat after me the Scout charge. I reaffirm the allegiance to 3 promises of the Scout Oath. I thoughtfully recognize and take upon myself the obligations and responsibilities of the rank of Eagle Scout. On my honor, I will do my best to take my training an example. I'm sorry, let me say that again. To make my training an example. To make my rank and influence count strongly. For better scouting and for better citizenship. In my troop, in my community, and in my contacts with other people. To this I pledge my sacred honor. Congratulations, Eagle Scouts. And another memento I found that was on my display table when I was Chief Eagle was this paperweight. It has an eagle emblem on it, and it's kind of a reminder that yourself weight is yourself down to earth.
John? I'm going to keep you standing for a minute. In the witness of all scouts, scouters, parents, and guests here today, by the authority vested in me by the National Court of Honor of the Boy Scouts of America, it is my privilege and pleasure to pronounce you an Eagle Scout. May the oath you have taken remain engraved on your heart forever. Give him a round of applause. You may be seated. At this time, I would ask if Josh would be willing to make some remarks and present the mentor pin.
Need to get better at organizing notes. First of all, I would like to thank my parents, for encouraging me to remain in scouting and get my eagle, and for always being there for me for assistance. I would also like to thank my troop, all of these scouts and all of the adult leaders who have they were very good to me. They were patient with me, and they helped, and they assisted me with my Eagle Scout project. I couldn't have been able to do this without without a really amazing troop, because that's what every scout needs. A troop full of encouraging people. That's what every scout needs. I would also like to thank my intervention team at my school, Mr. Martin and Mrs. Gorham. They have helped me a lot over the years with learning, and they were always there to and they were always there to say, hey, have fun on your camp out, or hey, how's your progress with Eagle going? It really meant a lot to me, and I appreciate it very much. And then I also want to thank my church family. Hey guys, what's up? They have also asked me how my status was on Eagle, and they were always praying for me, always encouraging me, and yeah, that every word of encouragement, every bit of it really helped me, and without any encouragement, I wouldn't have been able to get to this point. And I want to thank, last person I want to thank is my scoutmaster, Mr. Burse. Mr. Burse, you have always been there to make sure that I'm on the right track with requirements, and you care deeply about me, about the troop, and about their families, and I can just tell that from the past 5 years that I've known you, you want to see every scout here get their eagles, and you were also very patient with me when sometimes my behavior would get a little, so my experience in scouting has been amazing overall. It's taught me so many new skills that I will take with me into my when I first joined, like the first month that I was in this troop, I heard that it was a lot of fun, but I almost wanted to quit after experiencing a cold, wet, miserable camp out. That's because when I first joined scouting, I was still trying to comprehend the meaning of be prepared. I thought I was all Mr. Prepared, but no. 2018 Joshua Hornyak was not prepared, not like he is today. And I was starting to get. I got really skeptical about scouting being fun, and it took me a week at summer camp, and a few people, when a few of the scouts, they are no longer in the troop, but those scouts, they really told me about like they went into they went in deep of the meaning of Eagle Scout, what it means to be an Eagle Scout, and like the honor that you will receive, and that motivated me to stay in, and I kept trucking at it ever since, and that's everything that was on here. I want to thank again everyone here who has helped me on my journey to Eagle, and I want to say to all the scouts in my troop, keep trucking through your rank requirements and get your Eagle, because you will not regret it. You will not regret earning Eagle. Scouting is one of the best things that I think ever happened to me. Oh crap! Mentor. I have where's the mentor pin? The mentor pin over there.
I've completely forgotten where we are now. Oh, more gifts. also have the honor this evening to present Josh with another award that no one knew about. A little surprise. This was sent to Josh by William Farmer of the Military Order of the World Wars Scouting Organization. He is the coordinator for Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts, district commissioner for the Brazos Valley District in Texas, assistant district commissioner for the Lone Star District, and a member of the OA Vigil. He writes, "Congratulations, Eagle Scout. It is with great honor that the MOWW present you this certificate of recognition. Members are officers from all branches of the military who pledge it is nobler to serve than to be served. Your name will be placed in the archives as being recognized for your rank of Eagle." And the certificate reads, "For his dedication to the principles of the Boy Scouts of America, as evidenced by his achievement of the Eagle Scout Award, thereby identifying him as a scout fully prepared to assume all the rights of citizenship in the service of God and country." Does anyone have any memories of Eagle Scout Josh's journey or marks that you would like to share? Stand up and be loud so you can be on the recording.
I do.
Really opened my eyes to just the dedication that you felt towards Scouts, and really allowed me to see a whole other side of you that I never really got to look at just by observing you from the outside. Just this amazing, kind, caring, and passionate person. And I'm really glad to have spent time in Scouting with you.
Anyone else?
Hi, Josh. So I met Josh 2019 when he became into the high school at Lake Center as a freshman. I worked with him for 3 years very closely. I was his math teacher for those 3 years. And just to watch Josh grow from a freshman that you never knew what he was going to do, because, that's how all freshmen are. But he grew, and just to see the growth that he has done so much, being able to advocate for himself, being able to care for others the way that he does, it's just amazing to me. And I am just so proud of you, Josh. I'm proud to see you get this honor of being an Eagle Scout, and just know that you are going to do great things in your life.
Hi, Josh. Josh, I'm just over the moon proud of you. 'Cause I remember that first camp out. Yes, I remember that camp out, and I remember coming up to you, and I wanted to give you all the gloves and all the clothes, because your hands were so red, and you were so cold, and you seemed so miserable, and you're like, no, I'm fine, Mrs. Burse. I've got this. I'm fine. No, I know. I know. You were. I just wanted to give you just the blankets and like I said, more gloves. And I just remember your hands being so red, but you just kept assuring me, I'm fine, Mrs. Burse. I'm fine, Mrs. Burse. And you're here because even though you were not fine, even though you were miserable, you decided to stick it out, and you decided to keep going, and you decided to climb that mountain. You decided to follow that trail. And it has been a joy to be able to be there and watch you, because something else when you got there, the little, yeah, you were squirrely. You were squirrely when you first came to us. So and that's perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine, because you were having a great time when you were being squirrely. And then, we would talk to you and you'd rein it in, and you'd take everything, every bit of advice that we offered, every word that we said, you absorbed it and you heard it, and you brought it here with you. And it's up on that stage, and it's in that badge. And like I said, I've loved just coming into meetings, and you every time, hi, Mrs. Burse, how are you today? Every single time, you made me feel welcome to our meetings. So I'm just so happy to have gotten to see it and to be a part of it. And congratulations, and we're all just over the moon proud of you.
Hi, Josh. I've had the pleasure of working with Josh since 7th grade. Yes, he was very, very squirrely. We discovered coffee along the way, which I'm very grateful for. And Josh, you have grown so much. I am so proud of the man you've become, not only because you've learned how to, control some of that squirreliness sometimes, but also because you work towards excellence and you don't settle for less, and you choose to work the extra to try and get the grades, to get the achievements. You put it all in and you put it all out there. You got 100% on your quiz, by the way. He has always pushed himself that extra mile, and I'm just so proud of the man you've become. And I can't believe you're about to graduate, because after 6 years of working with you, I just can't imagine going into school without seeing his smiling face and the greetings that make you feel welcome there. So I will miss you, and I'm so proud of you.
Hey, Josh, congratulations. I just want to say that we're also proud of you. I was thinking, as those candles were being lit and the different words that were offered to describe what a scout is, how they were all fitting of you, because I have seen you be kind, I have seen you be cheerful, I've seen you be brave and reverent, and all the other words. And so I just think that they're such an apt description of you, and I know that everybody in this room appreciates who you are and what you've done to bring you to this point. And on a personal note, I know what I really appreciate about Josh is we have a shared love of Marvel movies, so he always keeps me straight on what's happening with that. But just in so many ways, I think you are an embodiment of those qualities of a scout.
Here I am again. Could you turn around? Yeah, face the altar. So a little obscure. Another accomplishment that Josh did is the mile swim. So to segue on this lady speaking about going the extra mile, that's going the extra mile. So I don't know if it's changed or not, but I know when I was in Scouts, you go to camp on Sunday, working on 2 or 3 merit badges, Friday night, late getting pipestone, Saturday morning, breaking camp, having a last breakfast, getting ready to break camp. Oh, you know where I was? You know where Josh was? Swimming about 72 lengths in a swimming pool. So that's going the extra mile. You can turn around. Anybody else?
Hi. So I've gotten to see Josh go through a lot of things. I got to see him go through the OA and make a bunch of friends. But the main thing I wanted to talk about is I got to go through NYLT with Josh, and while I wasn't in the same patrol, I got to see him take these ideals back to the troop and, become a leader. But the main thing is, I wanted to let you know, is you've made a huge impact on your patrol that you had at NYLT. And Colson and Ethan, they told me to thank you and to say hi, and that you've made a huge impact on their lives and that they miss you a ton. So it has just been so amazing seeing you touch other people's lives outside of our troop as well, and seeing you really grow up and become a leader.
Hi. So obviously, I'm not in the Scouts, but you were and you are. But one thing that you continuously ask yourself and say is like, am I being a good example to my younger siblings? Am I doing the best so that they can? You are. I didn't really know how much that goes into scouting until that amazing display table out in the reception thing. I saw you set it up and I was like, wow, this is amazing of how invested you are in this and how hard you work, and I'm so proud of you, and you make the best example. And not only do you impact the people in your troop, you impact everyone here, and you impact the three of us always. Love you. Anybody?
Hi, Josh. So, I didn't know you were that great until you became assistant senior patrol leader, and I must say, you saved my term. You were an amazing leader, and I had a lot of problems while I was senior patrol leader, and you really helped me along. And especially since you were my patrol leader before, you definitely made an impact on my leadership and a lot of other kids throughout the years. And I just wanted to say, you really do deserve this.
Hi. So there is one word that I have to describe you, and that is tenacious. And your tenacity is contagious, and it inspires me every day. And I just wanted to say, last summer, Josh got a really big leg infection, and his legs swelled up like a dolphin, and he ended up in Akron Children's, and this was 3 days before summer camp. And the surgeon came in and was telling Josh that he was going to have surgery, and he was going to have drains and antibiotics and all this stuff. And the surgeon left, and Josh and I are in the hospital room, and his eyes just got all teary, and all he said was, "I'm going to miss summer camp." And that's all he cared about, was that he was going to miss summer camp. He didn't really care about his leg that much. I think he cared about summer camp more. And so I felt terrible about it, so I texted Brian, and I said, "I don't think he's going to come." And Brian says, "He can't come." And I'm like, "I don't think he can come." At this point, he had drains coming out of his legs. And Brian, you found, he's like, "Well, there's a way. There's a way." So 7 weeks later, Josh was able to go with another troop, and it was a great troop, and Brian knew just who to send him with, and it ended up being a really great experience for him. And I just want to say just a big thank you to Troop 50 and you guys, because you always found a way. No matter what, you found a way to help him and to help him grow. And when we started out on this Eagle experience, we were coming home and in the car one day from a meeting, and he said, "I want to get in my Eagle," and he was telling me all the stuff that he had to do, and I didn't really know much about it. And I'm like, "Josh, this sounds like a marathon and not a sprint." And he's like, "It's going to be a marathon." And I'm like, "Okay." And so you did it. You achieved it, and we're just really proud of you. But we just want to thank Troop 50 for And he also said in the car one day that he thinks that Scouts makes him not to be lazy. And we had that conversation, and it's true. And we just want to thank you guys for everything that you've done for him.
It's not a joke.
Beat you to it, Josh. Hi, Josh. So I'm Josh's aunt. I'm a little teary-eyed right now because I've been thinking about this. I've been watching you, and of course I'm your aunt, and I'm very proud of you, but there's one person that wasn't able to make it today. Josh lost his grandma, my mom, in December. But Josh, I want you to know that you meant the world to her. And I know that she's not here presently, but I know she's watching, and I know she is just thrilled. And I think if she was here, she'd probably have that same purple dress that she always talked about. She'd have it on, and she would be speaking. And so I just want you to let you know that she's very, very proud of you also.
I would just like to say that one of the things that I've always appreciated and enjoyed about Josh, and I've only seen it blossom more and more as he's grown to be a young man, and it's evident in the fact that he has already registered with us as an assistant scoutmaster and is coming with us to summer camp this year, even after he's graduating, is that he ultimately, regardless of the work that he has to do, is always thinking about others. And he can be an example to everyone here and everyone around him for that reason. And I'm ultimately very, very proud of you. Couldn't be more proud, Josh. Okay, on to dinner. You are invited to remain for the reception and meal downstairs following the benediction by our pastor, John Partridge, and the retirement of the colors.
Let's pray. Dear God, an Eagle Scout Code of Honor marks the end of one journey and the commitment to another, a commitment to better scouting, where all may participate, a commitment to better citizenship, and a commitment to be an example of leadership to everyone. Bless all of Josh's future endeavors. Walk with him wherever his life takes him, and give him your strength, your compassion, your wisdom, your love. And may all of us gathered here be committed to scouting's ideals, which instruct us to lead better lives. May we, like Josh, always follow our own trails, discovering who we are by striving into the unknown. May God be with us all till we meet again, and may you bless our food, the meal that follows. Amen.
I now declare this Eagle Scout Court of Honor closed. Let me be the first to congratulate Scouting's newest Eagle Scout and the 124th Eagle Scout of Troop 50. Let's give him another round of applause.
Everyone, please stand. Color guard, retire the colors.